It was just an ordinary day online, until a leaked video hit the internet, instantly going viral. In the now infamous clip, Riley Burruss, the daughter of reality TV star Kandi Burruss, is seen in what appears to be a secret rendezvous with her boyfriend, someone the public had no idea even existed. The short clip, allegedly filmed without her knowledge, captured more than just a private moment. It exposed a secret relationship that has set the internet on fire. The questions came flooding in. Who is he? Why was this hidden? And how did the video get out? What followed was a full-on celebrity drama, with fans, media, and even family getting pulled into the chaos. This isn't just another rumor. This is real, raw, and caught on camera. Before everything exploded into a trending topic, Riley Burruss had spent most of her young adult life keeping things low-key. Despite being the daughter of one of reality TV's most recognizable faces, Kandi Burruss of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Riley has managed to carve out a more private identity, focusing on school, self-growth, and staying out of the chaos that comes with celebrity life. Her fans admired her for being grounded, mature beyond her years, and always focused on her goals. She rarely posted anything too personal and never once hinted at having a romantic relationship, let alone something serious. But those who follow closely started to notice small changes. A few cryptic Instagram captions here and there, stories that seemed to disappear too quickly, photos with unfamiliar backgrounds that didn't quite add up. At first, it seemed harmless, maybe just growing pains, a young woman figuring out her space in the world. But now, looking back, those subtle shifts feel like early warning signs of something bigger. No one could have predicted that what was coming would turn Riley's name into a viral search term practically overnight. It started with a rumor. Just a whisper. A comment left under a photo. Who's the guy in the back? Someone asked. That question alone had fans zooming in, enhancing images, and making wild guesses. Nothing was confirmed, and Riley didn't respond. But the seed was planted. From that point on, the curiosity around Riley's personal life started to grow louder, and what was once respectful privacy turned into public speculation. Behind the scenes, Riley was reportedly spending more time in Atlanta, frequenting a few new spots, low-key cafes, rooftop lounges, places known for being more couples-friendly. Her usual tight inner circle was still around, but fans started spotting someone new in the mix, a tall guy, always keeping a low profile, never tagged, and never facing the camera. Social media sleuths did what they do best, and before long, blurry screenshots were being shared, with captions like, "Is this Riley's boyfriend?" Still, there was no confirmation. Riley said nothing. Kandi said nothing. The silence only fueled the mystery. Was this a real relationship, or just fans overreacting to coincidences? The timeline wasn't clear, and without any concrete evidence, most of it was just digital gossip, until the clip. That clip changed everything. It dropped out of nowhere, allegedly leaked by someone staying at the same hotel where Riley and her mystery man were seen. Just a few seconds long, the video showed Riley and a man exiting an elevator late at night. Her body language was relaxed but affectionate. A quick laugh, a brief touch on the arm, and then both disappearing into a hallway. It wasn't scandalous by celebrity standards, but it was intimate and undeniably real. Within hours, the video had been reposted across Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Fan accounts, gossip blogs, and even entertainment outlets picked it up, labeling it as Riley Burruss caught with a secret boyfriend and Kandi's daughter in a shocking new clip. Suddenly, Riley was trending not for her accomplishments, but for a relationship no one had seen coming. While the internet scrambled to identify the guy in the video, questions also turned toward Kandi. How could a mom so involved in her daughter's life not have known? Or did she know, and just keep it hidden? Theories began flying. Some claimed Riley had been dating the guy for months, maybe even years, but was told to keep it quiet to protect the family image. Others believed the relationship was brand new and that the leak caught everyone, even Riley, by surprise. What no one could deny was the emotional weight of the situation. Riley's privacy had been invaded, her choices laid bare for the world to judge, and the one thing she had always held on to, control over her own narrative, was suddenly gone. All it took was one clip, one moment, and her life was no longer hers alone. And this was just the beginning. The fallout from the leaked hotel video was immediate and intense. Within just 24 hours of it going live, Riley's name was trending on Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. Search terms like Riley Burruss secret boyfriend, Riley leaked video, and Kandi Burruss daughter relationship skyrocketed. The video was dissected frame by frame. Some viewers were trying to identify what hotel it was. Others were focused on the guy, his height, his hairstyle, what shoes he was wearing. It wasn't just a clip anymore. It had become a full-blown online investigation. The internet was relentless. Fan accounts were pulling up old Instagram lives, past interviews, even Riley's college campus posts, trying to connect the dots. Speculation reached new heights when someone claimed to recognize the mystery man, an aspiring producer who had been quietly working behind the scenes with a few rising Atlanta artists. It wasn't confirmed, but it didn't need to be. In the eyes of the internet, it was enough to make him the unofficial boyfriend. Meanwhile, Riley had gone completely silent. No stories. No tweets. No posts. The absence only fueled the fire. Was she hiding? Was she embarrassed? Was the relationship real, or was this a misunderstanding? People demanded answers, but none came. Until Kandi Burruss went live. It was unexpected. A raw, emotional live stream where Kandi addressed the video, not in the polished, media-trained way people expected, but with the tone of a mother caught off guard and deeply concerned. "I saw it when y'all saw it," she said, voice cracking. "And no, I wasn't prepared. Not because she's not allowed to date, she's grown, but because the way it came out, the invasion, the sneakiness, the setup. That's what hurts me." Kandi didn't name the boy in the video. She didn't confirm or deny the relationship. But her pain was visible. She spoke about the pressure of raising a child in the public eye, about how Riley had always tried to keep her life private, about how proud she was of her daughter's strength. But she also admitted she was blindsided. That live video added fuel to an already raging fire. It showed that even within the family, not everything had been communicated, or maybe it had, but not in a way that expected the internet to unravel it like this. It also made it real. Fans who were still treating the whole thing like gossip suddenly felt the emotional weight behind it. This wasn't just a trending topic. It was a real family dealing with a very personal issue that had been broadcasted to the world without their permission. Riley still didn't say anything publicly, but sources close to her began speaking to blogs anonymously. According to one, the relationship had been going on for a while, but Riley had made a conscious decision to keep it out of the spotlight. She knew the scrutiny that came with her last name, and she didn't want her boyfriend's life or career to be affected by the fame she never asked for. Another source claimed Riley was heartbroken by the leak, not because of the relationship itself being exposed, but because someone had betrayed her trust by filming her and uploading the clip. Suddenly, this wasn't just a story about a celebrity's daughter dating. It became a conversation about privacy invasion, boundaries, and the toxic culture of online exposure. People started weighing in. Some blamed Riley for being careless in public. Others defended her, pointing out how unfair it is to expect young women to live without making mistakes or having private lives. Influencers, podcasters, and commentators jumped on the topic. Everyone had an opinion. Then came the debates. Should Riley address it publicly? Should she release a statement, do an interview, or pretend it never happened? PR experts weighed in, suggesting everything from damage control to full transparency. But through it all, Riley remained quiet. And that silence? It said more than words ever could. Back online, fans were divided. Some stood firmly with Riley, launching hashtags like #ProtectRiley and #LetRileyLive. Others felt betrayed, as if Riley had been hiding her true self from them. It's a strange part of fandom culture, this illusion of ownership over someone else's personal life. For many, Riley wasn't just Kandi Burruss's daughter, she was a role model. And now, with one leaked moment, that image has shifted. But the truth is, Riley never asked to be a role model. She never put her relationship on display. She never sold her love story for likes or followers. And that made this invasion even more devastating. It wasn't about clout or fame. It was about a young woman caught in a private moment that was never meant for public consumption. Still, the internet doesn't slow down. And in this age of content-hungry platforms, one video is never enough. People wanted more. Was there another clip? The text thread? Screenshots? Photos? DMs? Everyone wanted the full drama, not just the preview. And behind the scenes, Riley had to decide. Was she going to respond? Ignore it? Defend herself? Or lean into the storm? That answer would shape the rest of the story, and it was coming sooner than anyone expected. When Riley finally broke her silence, it wasn't through a flashy YouTube video, an official press release, or a sit-down interview with a major outlet. No, it came in the form of a single, carefully worded Instagram story. Just a plain black screen with one sentence written in white. Respect is something I expected. Clearly, I expected too much. That was all it took to send the internet into another frenzy. Within minutes, blogs picked it up, fans screenshot it, and hashtags like #RileySpeaks, #RileyBreaksSilence, and #SecretBoyfriendDrama started trending. The message was simple, but the subtext was heavy. She felt betrayed. Whether it was a friend, someone in her inner circle, or even her partner who had leaked the footage, it was clear that trust had been broken. Behind closed doors, the situation was even more complicated. According to close sources, Riley had confronted her boyfriend, or now, possibly ex-boyfriend, about how the video got out. He denied being involved, claiming someone else must have recorded it. But Riley wasn't convinced. This wasn't just about the relationship being exposed, it was about who had access to that private moment and why it had been weaponized against her. The emotional toll was real. Riley had already spent most of her teenage years navigating fame she didn't ask for. Growing up in front of cameras, being labeled as Kandi Burruss's daughter, more than her own person, it was exhausting. And just when she thought she had finally built a private life away from the noise, it had all crumbled in a few seconds of leaked footage. Public reaction continued to split. Some fans stood by her fiercely, defending her privacy, her right to live her life, and calling out the clout-chasing culture that caused all this. But others turned ugly. Accusations started flying. Why was she even at a hotel like that? Is she hiding more? Was the guy famous too? Every detail of her life was suddenly open for dissection, as if her heartbreak was entertainment. Even other celebrities started weighing in. Some posted cryptic tweets about fake friends, and learning who's real when stuff hits the fan. Others praised Riley for staying classy and not clapping back at trolls. But the buzz didn't die down, it escalated. Paparazzi began showing up at places Riley had been known to visit, cafes, college events, even parking garages near the recording studio she had quietly interned at over summer. What had started as one leaked hotel clip had become a full-blown media hunt. Every time she stepped outside, there was a camera. Every private friend group chat risked being screenshotted and sold to a blog. And the worst part? Riley still didn't know who had filmed her. Some fans believed the video was leaked by a jealous friend. Others speculated it was a betrayal from within her relationship, maybe someone trying to gain exposure. Some even said it was staged, a PR stunt, to boost her following or build hype for a secret project. But for Riley, it wasn't about followers. It was about pain, betrayal, and the struggle to stay grounded in a world obsessed with exposure. Back at home, her relationship with Kandi Burruss was strained. Though Kandi had spoken publicly in support of her daughter, privately, tensions ran high. Riley had always been strong-willed, and now, being thrown into a storm of judgment, she felt like no one really understood what she was going through. She didn't want advice. She didn't want sympathy. She just wanted to disappear. But disappearing wasn't an option. Not when you're the daughter of a celebrity. Not when your every move is already being dissected online. Not when your personal heartbreak has become public entertainment. So, she did the next best thing. She took control. The very next day, Riley went live. Not to cry. Not to explain herself. But to address something bigger. The culture that turned her moment of vulnerability into clickbait. "You all think you know me," she began, her tone calm but firm. "But most of you only know headlines. You see what goes viral, not what's real. I didn't ask to be part of your trending topic. But since I'm here, let me say something real." The live wasn't long, but it hit deep. She spoke about growing up under a microscope. About people assuming she had a perfect life because her mom was famous. About trying to date like a normal girl, trust people, and live without fear of being filmed every second. She didn't mention her boyfriend. She didn't name names. But she owned the moment, and that changed everything. After the live ended, fans flooded the comments with support. Celebrities reposted clips. News outlets picked up quotes. And suddenly, Riley wasn't just a girl caught in a leaked video. She was the face of the conversation around digital boundaries, relationship privacy, and the consequences of internet fame. But while the world applauded her strength, behind the screen, the scars were still fresh. And what came next was even more unexpected. Just when it seemed like Riley had taken back control of the narrative, a second blow hit. This time, it wasn't a video, it was screenshots. Screenshots of private DMs between Riley and a close friend. They weren't scandalous in nature, but they were real, showing a timeline that confirmed Riley had been in the relationship for much longer than people initially assumed. The dates matched the hotel incident, and suddenly, #RileyLied started trending. Some fans felt betrayed. Others were angry that people cared so much. But for Riley, it felt like betrayal on a whole new level. The person she had confided in, the one who had promised secrecy, had either shared or been hacked. Either way, her inner circle was shrinking fast, and so was her trust in anyone. Behind the scenes, the drama spiraled. The boy in the video, her alleged secret boyfriend, was now being identified. TikToks surfaced comparing his tattoos, clothing, and even voice from old clips. He wasn't a celebrity, but his face was now everywhere. His name? Leaked. His Instagram? Bombarded. His own family? Dragged into the chaos. And he was not ready for that level of exposure. That's when things got even messier. He posted on his story, "I never signed up for this. I never used her. I cared about her." His side of the story was simple. He'd been dating Riley quietly out of respect for her public life. The hotel meetup wasn't shady. It was supposed to be a safe, private moment away from cameras. He claimed neither of them knew they were being filmed. That confession changed everything. If true, it meant someone else had filmed them without consent and leaked it deliberately. This wasn't just a relationship drama, it was a privacy violation. Riley stayed quiet for a few days, and her silence spoke volumes. During that time, Kandi Burruss stepped back into the spotlight. On a live stream of her own, she didn't name names, but she did say this: "When people target your child for clout, it's not just a violation of privacy, it's war." Fans rallied. #ProtectRiley trended. Celebrities tweeted in support. Even public figures outside of the entertainment world spoke up about the dangers of digital exploitation, relationship exposure, and how social media culture has made it normal to turn people's private lives into public entertainment. But for Riley, all of it felt overwhelming. She didn't ask to be a spokesperson for anything. She didn't want to be seen as a victim or an activist. She just wanted her life back. So she did something bold. She disappeared. No posts. No stories. No tweets. No live appearances. Just silence. Speculation exploded. Some believed she was in therapy. Others said she flew overseas to reset. A few suggested she was preparing for a documentary or exclusive sit-down to tell her truth. But for the first time in weeks, there were no real updates. Until one rainy night, a cryptic tweet popped up from Riley's account. Not everything leaked was a betrayal. Some of it was a lesson. And just like that, she was back. Wiser, quieter, but stronger. Weeks passed since Riley's cryptic tweet. The noise had dulled, the trending hashtags had faded, and the internet had moved on, as it always does. But the impact? It lingered. Riley hadn't returned to social media full-time, but a quiet reappearance was enough to shake things up again. One afternoon, without warning, she dropped a 10-minute documentary-style video on YouTube titled, "My Story, Unfiltered." No flashy editing. No background music. Just her, raw, honest, and vulnerable. In it, she detailed everything. She spoke about the leaked hotel clip, confirming it was real. She explained how the relationship started, slowly, privately, and without the intention of hiding it forever, but simply protecting it from judgment. She never denied she was in love. But what hurt most wasn't the exposure, it was the betrayal. Riley revealed that the footage had come from a security camera in the hotel hallway, accessed and leaked by someone they both knew. She didn't name names. She didn't throw anyone under the bus. Instead, she focused on the lessons she'd learned. "I'm not perfect," she said, "but I didn't deserve to be treated like content. I'm a person." The most emotional moment came when she addressed her mom, Kandi Burruss, directly. "To my mom, I'm sorry for keeping secrets. I know I hurt you, but I needed to live something on my own terms. I hope one day, we can talk about it without cameras, without opinions, just mother and daughter." Fans were stunned. Many cried. Others praised her maturity. Even critics softened their tone. The comments section was flooded with support. "Riley, you handled this with more class than most adults. This generation needed this level of truth." She turned her pain into strength. In the following days, news outlets ran headlines like, "Riley Burruss breaks silence in raw new video. No longer a scandal, Riley reclaims her story." From leaked clip to viral hero, Riley's journey inspires millions. Even her boyfriend, still unnamed, posted a quiet message. "Proud of you. Always was." That same day, Kandi posted a single photo of Riley from childhood, smiling, holding her hand. No caption. Just a red heart emoji. Fans took it as a sign of reconciliation. By the end of the month, Riley returned to Instagram, not with glam shots or drama, but a single quote image. "Privacy is power." Healing is louder than hate. It went viral instantly. From being exposed, ridiculed, and betrayed, to becoming a voice for boundaries, healing, and strength, Riley's story reminded the world of something crucial. Behind every viral moment is a real person with real emotions. And maybe, just maybe, that realization will stop the next leak before it happens. Or maybe not. But Riley? She's ready for whatever comes next, on her terms.